here, welcome back to my channel, and I am coming to you with a belated weekly deck reviews that if I can get my act together, I will be putting up on my channel today. It is Monday. I have returned from the Northwest Tarot Symposium, so I'm doing a couple of videos, getting myself back on track, but I want to talk to you guys about the decks. I was about to cough, mostly because I talked a lot over the weekend and my throat is tickly. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the decks that I have been working with, what I'm going to be working with, and all of that good stuff. I'm probably going to blast through what I have been working with somewhat quickly. I shouldn't even say that. Why do I even ever say that? I'm never quick about anything. I'm just going to get into it. So over the past couple of weeks, the main deck that I've been working with, kind of, is the Mythical Creatures Tarot. I am head over heels in love with this deck. Head over heels. It is absolutely stunning. I'm so glad I backed it. It's a pip deck, which will not work for everybody because not everybody reads with pips, but I've been working with Marseille, and I just, this deck is stunningly, like you can see, because I've got some sunlight on me, how stunning the foil is. This deck is a wonder to behold, and I just keep wanting to play with it because it's so gorgeous. That being said, my last couple weeks have also been incredibly busy. So I haven't had a very regular tarot daily pull practice for the past week and a half or so. I was finishing up my book so I could get it off, do my last bit of personal editing before I send it off to my copy editor, a good friend of mine, and I was getting ready for the Northwest Tarot Symposium, and it was just really busy. And I was getting my work stuff ready for me to go away. So I don't think I touched tarot for at least 3 or 4 days of that 2 weeks minimum. And I didn't do my weekend practice either. So I feel a little like I didn't get nearly as much quality time with this deck as I wanted. I got one full, pretty solid week, and then like nothing for a few days. So I had kind of hoped for 2 full weeks. I love this King of Cups. And I didn't really get it. But I also want to move on to other things, so I'm going to make myself put it away for a little while. But I do think this is probably my favorite pip deck, and will be my favorite pip deck for a very, very long time. I don't know what could possibly unseat this. Of all the pip decks I've been working with lately as I work through Marseille and getting more used to and more comfortable working with those style of decks, this one just has been one I've looked forward to picking up every single time. I will say, I do think this is one of the Baba Studios decks that you could potentially get away with just the little white book that comes with the deck. I think that would give you enough information to work with this. It gives you, the little white book does give you a Rider-Waite-Smith meaning for each pip, as well as a Tarot de Marseille, a Tarot de Marseille meaning for every single card. And for the majors and the quartz that have mythical creatures, there is a small blurb on that mythical creature in addition to that other content, which is kind of what you need, I think, to work with this deck. You want to have a little info about the mythical creatures that are featured in the quartz and the majors. You want to have TDM and Rider-Waite-Smith meanings. I think that makes this deck incredibly usable no matter what system you're coming from. Even if you've never picked up a Marseille deck or a pip deck, but you have a Rider-Waite-Smith background, you could definitely use those meanings with these cards and it would work beautifully. Same for Tarot de Marseille. I think the way that they did that makes this a very accessible deck to use. It's beautiful, it's stunning. That being said, the guidebook is really nice, and I love Baba Studios guidebook, so I did purchase it. I didn't find myself feeling like I needed to reach for it as much as I thought I was going to, but for example, you get a lot of extra information. You get a lot more information on the mythical creature, and the Tarot de Marseille bits, I believe, were assisted by or contributed by Caitlin Matthews, who is the author of Untold Tarot. Let me make sure I'm not making that up. I don't believe that I am. Yeah, Caitlin Matthews, with Tarot de Marseille section by Caitlin Matthews. Sections. So, but for example, in the majors, you get all of this information. So you get 2 full pages usually with further notes. There's quotes. There's additional information about the meaning of the card. And you also get throughout the majors and throughout the book a lot of these additional illustrations. The illustrations that inspired the cards, for example, and just more context for the choices that were made. Like the the Firebird is the sun, and so there's some additional images. If you like beautiful books, you will enjoy this guidebook. That said, like I said, it would be probably the first Baba Studios deck where I would say it's not a must-have. It's enjoyable and it's awesome and it's well done, not a must-have. So if you're on a budget, particularly considering how expensive Baba Studios decks are, and I do think they're worth it, if you have to choose, get the deck. The little white book will probably give you all you need to work with it for sure. but I loved it. And I love the peggy bag that I ended up picking for it. It's just stunning. Little sad to be putting it away, not gonna lie, but also excited for things that I'm gonna be working with next. The Oracle deck that I've been working with is the US Games Botanical Inspirations deck, and I've talked about this before. As I said, I just extended my use with these for another week, so there's not a lot of new information to share. I just want to point out that this is a really beautiful deck, and it's more than meets the eye for sure. The backings, not my favorite. I don't like titles on backings. That kind of bothers me, and these ones just feel especially like intrusive, this backing. But the cards themselves are gorgeous. The tea-stained look makes them a perfect fit for any older style deck, any antique deck you want to work with. The lack of people and animals and other things keeps this, you could put this deck into any time period. If you're looking for something that's not going to be jarring next to a modern deck or an older deck, I think this one works really well in either case. But what I really love about this is the gentle, loving, and helpful messages on every single card. I feel like the messages are really, really good. They're easy to apply to your life. And the guidebook has additional context and some really beautiful, like, inspirational messages in them that I think are really profound. So I love working with this one. It's such a joy, and also kind of sad to be putting it away, but ready to move on. So the reading cloth that I've been working with, that's what I was talking about. My camera very rudely interrupted me. But anyway, the reading cloth I've been working with is this gorgeous sort of teal Celtic knotwork design on this side, and has this beautiful purple and gold pattern on the back. And it just looks like birch trees to me that have like all these like little gold metallic accents. And it is actually sort of metallic. It's not just the color gold, like it actually has a sheen to it. So pretty. I've been really enjoying that one, but I am going to put it away for a bit so that I have a change of scenery, so to speak, on my reading table. The things I'm going to be working with next week. So, oh, and actually one other thing, although I didn't bring it to show you, for March I'm switching over to a new Lenormand deck and a new set of runes. So I'll talk about those in a moment. I use those in a weekend practice where I look at week ahead energies. But first, let's talk about the tarot deck I'm going to be using for this upcoming week, or this current week, I should say. Going to be kind of a short one, but that's okay. The Ancient Italian Tarot. This is a low scarabeo deck. Literally, my box is like taped up. But these cards are really great. I love the backs. And this deck's still in order, so I'm looking forward to actually shuffling it and playing with it. I really love the coloring and the way that the artwork is done on this deck. It is a mass market version of the Soprafino Tarot, I believe. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. But it's very classic, and yet I love the colors. I love the way the artwork has some definition. It doesn't feel quite as flat. And I know that that flat look can also be really cool, but I just love how graphic and colorful and detailed these cards are. I feel like the artwork has a lot more depth, and I really, really enjoy that. Getting into the minors, it's very traditional with lots of flourishes around the minors. Let's get into another suit here. There's our cups. There's our swords. So this still got this curved traditional Marseille look. And coins. I don't know if I showed any wands. Did I skip over wands? I guess I did. Let's show some wands so you can see what those kind of look like. Yeah, so wands. Oh, I did show some wands. Yeah, they look like that. The ace has got that really great, super detailed growth happening, which I love. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading with this one. And because I'm reading with this one and it's got that more traditional feel, I am going to, as I had originally planned, dive back into Yoav Bendov's book. Oh my gosh, I can't put these back. There we go. Yoav Bendov's book, which is Marseille Tarot Revealed. I had meant to revisit this a couple weeks ago, I think, but I just was having a hard time breaking away from Caitlin Matthews' Untold Tarot. But I really do want to give this one some more time and some more energy. I love the smell of books that have this like kind of thicker, heavier, like magazine style paper, and they're printed in color. I don't know what it is, but they smell so good. I'm a weirdo, you guys. I'm a weirdo. Anyway, I'm really excited to dive back into this. I'll let you know how it goes this week. And the Oracle deck that I chose to put beside it is one that a friend of mine sent me, and that is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. This one's been on my radar for a bit. I might trim this today. I really, really want to trim this, but I'll show you what it looks like. This is another Blue Angel, I believe. No, this is US Games. The backings are really pretty. And these feature like this vintage photography collage kind of look. And I really like the way these look. I think these are really fun. I think it'll be fun to read this deck with this deck next to the Marseille. I think it's going to be really fun. I've never worked with it before, so I'm excited to dive in. Very excited to modify this deck. I really, really want to trim this, and I haven't modded anything for like ages. I don't know what it is lately. I just haven't really made the time for it, but I'm really looking forward to diving into this one and giving it some modification. The box is really pretty, and I have to pick a peggy bag for it, so that's got to happen soon. So there is that. And then let's talk about the Lenormand and Runes I'm going to be playing with this week. So I have this cute little unicorn zipper pouch. Peggy didn't make this. This was actually sent to me from a friend. And inside, I have both my Lenormand and my Runes, if you can believe it, because I have my little bitty, I've talked about this before. This is my miniature Lenormand. It is the Mythical Lenormand. I'm enunciating it funny because I don't want it to sound like I'm saying something different. But this is by Clara Spolinska. And that is her information there. I believe there is a website now. When I bought this, I bought it on Etsy, but I think she sells them direct on her website now. They are a really nice little size. You can kind of see on my palm, like they would fit in the center of my palm. These are always in my purse, but I really want to work with them intentionally for a bit, because when I was at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, I took a couple classes that covered some information on the Grand Tableau. And I can easily, and in just about any space, lay out a grand tableau with this Lenormand deck. So I'm gonna play with that a bit this week and see how it goes, just get some practice in. So I wanted to grab my tiniest Lenormand so that I could do that really easily. And I'm really excited. I love this. I use it all the time. It's definitely a favorite. This is like a little handmade, custom-sized leather pouch that Peggy made me when she was just getting into sewing again. And it's custom fit, and it has this kind of silly little, I shouldn't say silly, but it has a little pink plastic snap on it, and this decorative stitching that she put on it. But this just always lives in my purse, but it fits in this little pouch with my runes. So these runes were actually made by our very own Jen at Science to Soul Tarot with Jen. She made these out of a coffee tree in her yard, and these are tiny, and I just got them today when I'm filming this. They are so dang cute. So they fit, look at, they fit in the palm of my hand. They are the teeniest, most adorable little runes ever. Look. And she did such a beautiful job with these. The burning is very clear. It's easy to read, even though they're super tiny, what the rune is on it. That's Isa. Oops, here's my little tear. I think these are so cute. But I have a large set, and I also have kind of a medium-ish sized set, because I have a gemstone set made out of onyx. So, and then I have my large round wood ones that I usually use. So having a tiny little portable set it makes me really happy. And I love that these are made out of coffee wood, or coffee tree wood. That just feels super fun. And she included a little scroll with a note, which was really nice. And because my little Lenormand deck also fits in this pouch, it just feels like a super portable little way to have my other divination systems really close at hand, because I use the tarot, I use oracles, and I use Lenormand and Runes, and now I can have my little Lenormand and Runes in a pouch together. I think that's really fun. So I'm pretty excited about that. So that's what I'm going to be working with this week. And that wraps up my weekly deck review. I would love to hear what you guys are working with lately. Anything kind of surprise you? Are you looking forward to changing up what you're working with? I just want to hear all the things, mostly because I'm nosy. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, you can always book a reading with me over at supportivetarot.com. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!